So you're gonna measure out your length of the roller, which I'm sure you know this already, but we're just gonna go over it, right? And then you're gonna measure out the diameter, which is this area across here of how much hair, when you're figuring out how fat to take the sections, that's how you figure it out. It's not gonna be exact, but it's gonna give you like an eyeball idea of what this section should look like. So of course the section should not be much bigger than the roller because then it'll be, you know, hanging over the edge, right? So we're doing 4 rollers here. So we're gonna go till about here, section your hair out. Now I want you guys to do this whole project today, and I want you to send me a picture of it to get a grade for it, okay? All you're gonna be doing is your rollers, your pin curls, and your perm rods. And I'm gonna go over each section again. And I am videotaping this as I'm talking to you, so you guys can go back on the YouTube video and watch it if you want like step by step how to do it while I'm doing it, okay? I know it's not as fun when you're not physically here doing it, but we gotta do the best we can this week, right? And then next week when we come back to normal, we're gonna hit the ground running. Now I'm doing the same thing here on my side with my perm rod. I'm pulling the hair back, I'm looking, and visually I'm gonna bring this section down where the perm rod's gonna fit, okay? It's the same idea. I usually like to put my finger behind the ear because it helps me gauge where I'm dragging the comb down. So anything you guys want to share with me? What'd you guys do? No? Okay.
I went to Colorado and we skied in Vail and Beaver Creek.
Good, sounds awesome. Sounds totally awesome. Okay, this back part of the hair we're gonna pull back today and just keep it out of the way. Okay, because we're not gonna need that. Now, I'm gonna go over, oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you so much, guys. Okay, now, this is what it looks like done, but I'm gonna take it apart and I'm gonna do it again. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, wait, I gotta blow my nose, guys. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Now allergies are kicking in. We go from one thing to the next, right? Okay. So how I find is the easiest way to do this, and again, many different people, different teachers may show you different ways to do this, and that's okay. You know, everyone's got a different technique. This is the way I find it's the easiest to do, and they always come out really well and on target. So I'm gonna walk you through this. You gotta make sure your hair is really nice and wet. Nice and wet and nice and gelled. I have my gel here, and I have my spatula, because you guys know I'm really picky about not contaminating products, right? So I scoop out my gel, I put it on my hand, and then I get it in my comb and start getting it in there. Now, this section is from the last roller to the back of the ear. Do you guys see that good? It's really nice and wet and goopy with gel. This is the trick to getting these pin curl and finger wave things down pat where you're not struggling. If you don't have a lot of gel, it's gonna be hard to do because you don't have the manageability. So when I go in here, now it's the right side of the head, right? I'm putting my hand, I'm combing this into like a C. Do you see how I'm holding the comb? And I'm combing this into a C. See how that's flowing? I'm gonna take now, put my finger down and make that C just a little bit more pronounced. Now I have that nice wave, right? I'm gonna take my tail comb, corner the eye to where I would imagine the third roller would be. I'm gonna come from the top down And I'm gonna gently, do you see what I'm doing, guys? I'm slicing this section out without disturbing it. Do you see what I just did? I just sliced it out without disturbing it. And I'm gonna leave it here. Then the next section for the pin curl, I'm gonna just pull this right up, push this hair back here because I don't need it. Okay, and I'm just gonna leave this here. Now, once I have my two sections, you see that one carving? And then this section. I'm gonna take carve out with my finger here because I'm gonna put 3 pin curls. 1, 2, 3, and they're gonna go diagonal, okay? So I'm gonna gently, and the trick to this is don't fight with the hair. You see how I'm just kind of flowing with it and it's in my hand and it's not really giving me trouble. If you work too hard on it, like gently take this piece off. You see how I just moved that? I push this down. Now I'm holding it here. More gel. This is called ribboning. Now I'm gonna take this baby and I'm gonna roll it up. They're going counterclockwise. So you're rolling them this way, okay? Then I take my pin curl clip and I clip inside the pin curl. I lift that section of hair that's still here from that curve, pick up the next piece. Now mind you, I'm doing this a long time and they still don't come out the same every time. Sometimes they come out better than others. Don't beat yourself up. It's to get the technique down straight. Do you see this next one here? Rolling it up. It's like you're rolling this up and you're placing it inside of a wave. Like imagine someone's going surfing and this is inside of that wave. I know it sounds corny, but. And the clip goes over there, okay? Then we have our last one. Put your finger down, get that nice wave in there. Hold it tight, ribbon. Now you see how the hair, I have total control over it. It's not giving me a hard time because I have it, it's at the right length. I have plenty of gel in it. You guys see what I'm doing? Place that baby down and put this in there. Now you have 1, 2, 3, and they're all going this way towards the face. And they're diagonal. Corner of the eye to the third roller. Once you get this down pat, it gets so much easier. Now we're gonna take the second section. These go counterclockwise. The wave is going this way. Now this section, the wave is going the other way. Okay, does that make sense? So I'm gonna take that first piece now right here. I'm gonna ribbon it, make sure we have enough gel. This you can actually use your finger for. I personally think it's easier if you wrap it around your finger. Now remember, these are going clockwise. And you're clipping these down. Take that next section here, which it should be really easy. You just separate it. I want you to mentally remember 3 going down, 4 going up. And you hold the comb like this when you're doing this part, okay? Because if you hold it like this, you're gonna mess everything up. The hair will get tangled up easier. All right, roll that up, put that down, clip that baby right in the middle. 3, feather, feather, ribbon. You see how this is going? And last but not least is our little guy here. And we have 4 pin curls going here, okay? Now, besides this video, there is another video. There's a number of videos where I'm doing this, so you can see it very clearly. Okay, you see that? Okay, so then I'm gonna go in And we're gonna put, actually, I should have started up on top, but I don't know, I decided to show you guys the pin curls first. But when you're doing this, do the rollers first for your state board test. Same thing, let's get this nice and neat here. We measured out the sections so I visually know how much hair I need in my roller. Remember, do not put your comb in the gel and contaminate it. I'm pulling this out. You see how smooth I have that? I'm slapping it literally on the roller and like massaging it down where it's nice and firm, getting control of the hair and rolling back neatly. Tighten that up, and then you put two pin curl clips on either side. All right, I'm sure you guys know how to do that. You've seen that a million times. Now, you might ask, why do I need to learn this? Because this is the basics of hairdressing. This is the basics. You learn dexterity, you learn placement, you learn how to visually, you know, with your emotional intelligence, like measure out where things are gonna fall. You're learning, you're using your math here, your angles, and all that fun stuff. All right, so we're doing 2. So you guys doing this along with me? Who's doing it along with me and who's gonna do it afterwards?
I'm doing the rollers right now. I didn't want to do the pin curls because I felt like it would be too.
Okay, it's fine. Next week we'll have a great week, because that'll be awesome, because then we'll be back on Wednesdays too, alternating, so I'll give you guys more time behind the chair, you know? Are you happy about that?
What Wednesday are we coming in?
You gotta double check on the email. I think it's cohort A comes back the first Wednesday, I believe, which will be next week, but double check with the emails that they sent out, guys, okay?
It's the 14th.
What, honey?
We go back for our first Wednesday on the 14th.
14th, right, so that's next Wednesday, yep. Yeah, that's good. It'll be better, I think, because then at least you'll have more time to do stuff here. I mean, I think it'll just be so much better. All right, so then I got my 4 rollers in there, okay? Now, if her hair was shorter, I would get a smaller roller. Just because they say use the red roller, but if you have shorter hair, you have to choose the size of the roller based on the kind of hair length you have, density, and all that fun stuff. Okay. So then I'm gonna come down here, and same thing. I am looking at my perm rod. How wide is it? You're not gonna take a section any fatter than this, any wider than that, right? And what happens here, because of the hairline, sometimes as you move down the hair, the section gets smaller. So just be mindful of that your section is straight. Guys, I posted the IDS for April. If it's confusing or you're not sure how to do it, feel free to ask me. I thought it would be really something important to start creating your portfolio. It is creating an Instagram portfolio, and like I said, I think it's really a great project. I made a video explaining how to do it. But if you have any questions whatsoever, you know you can always just ask me. It'll be easier once you're in class next week, because I could show you like exactly what I'm talking about once you're here. So I'm pulling this up, flattening that baby out, making sure it's nice and wet. Putting the other one up here. Comb in hand. Got my roller. tuck those ends in. As you guys see, total control of the hair. You control the hair doesn't control you.